Welcome to Ashtags, Practical Principles for Powerful People, passionate about purpose. So, what are you most looking forward to for 2025?
Well, so I'm really excited about 2025. I just enjoy growth.
Mhm.
So I see a lot of things that happened this year. We've set a lot of platform to grow business wise, set a lot of platform to grow family wise, set a lot of platform to grow relationship wise, and just everything we're talking about so far. In my opinion, have been very exciting. Now let's talk about business a little bit. I think 2024 will be a very interesting year, even though this presidential election has been very contentious.
Mhm.
The more you kind of open it, the future looks promising. At least it looks exciting. With all these tariffs, low interest rates, all these new people that are controversial people coming to the cabinet.
Very
FBI
true.
director, Secretary of Defense, all these things. But ultimately, what I've learned is that if you don't get distracted, if you stay focused, no matter what's going on, you can keep succeeding
Mhm.
generally. Obviously, and I'm also dedicating myself to spend more time with my family and my kids. I think that my daughter is just turned 15 and she's driving a little bit right now, and I
Nice.
just keep reflecting like, man, before I blink, you'll be going off to college,
Mhm.
right? So spending as much time as possible with my kids.
Mhm.
And this coming year is very important. So I look forward to all those things. I'm very excited about the future.
Okay.
I think just the growth as well, just general growth, right?
Mhm.
The more you grow, the better. The more you learn, the more fulfilled you are.
Definitely, definitely. And what would you say, out of all the opportunities, what would you say is the biggest opportunity for somebody in 2025? Let's say you have some money in a 401k, and you're just thinking, what should I do first? How should I now start taking my money and growing it? What would you say is something they should start?
That's a good one. That's a good one. So I think that again, I really want to harness the message that people shouldn't look for the exciting things,
Mhm.
and people shouldn't go for the hey, I'm gonna just take all my money and do this, because again, the income is the most important part.
Right.
So what people should do is invest in themselves
Mm.
as much as possible, your knowledge. So I'll give you a hack now, right? So the hack says that for everyone that spends 30 minutes a day reading and studying and applying some principle in one industry, in 3 years, they'll be top 1% of that industry.
30 minutes a day.
And 1% of any industry makes 600K a year. So I say, pick your industry. Say it's real estate. Say is education. Say is marketing. So just pick your industry and dedicate to have an accountability partner, 30 minutes a day,
Mhm.
reading, studying, and applying every content in that industry.
Mhm.
In the next 3 years, you are sure to be top 1% or top 2%,
Mhm.
making 700 grand a year and being in industry leader in that industry. That's one thing.
Mhm.
I think we should really focus on investing in themselves.
Mhm.
uh, I also think that investing across all spectrums, right? So if
Okay.
I think that once you invest in yourself, the next thing to do is what I call the foundation of wealth building,
Okay.
right? So one of my favorite saying is that wealth is designed to move from the active to the passive.
Okay. Yes.
So the more things you're doing, the more transaction you're doing, the more you're losing money.
Hmm.
You're moving money from the active because you're active to
Mhm.
someone just invest and just chill,
Mm.
right? So two things that are very passive that make money for you while you're sleeping is home ownership
Mhm.
and your retirement account.
Right.
So you mentioned 401k. If you have a 401k account, live it.
Mm.
Don't mess with it.
Mm.
Don't take it out. Don't pay tax on it. Don't go invest it and lose it on, because when you take it out, you pay taxes on it, you pay penalties, you're
Yeah.
losing money, right? So I
Mhm.
tell people when people come to see me and they want to buy, like the more you buy homes, I'm making more money because
Mm.
there's a transaction cost. The loan officer is making more money. The insurance paying more money. Everybody's making more money.
Mhm.
Now, you should buy a property, but let it ride.
Mm.
Don't buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell all the time. Right?
Mm.
The more active you are, the more you're losing money. You're
And it's
losing
good that you're
capacity.
giving that advice, even as a real estate investor. It would benefit you if people were doing that all the time, but it doesn't necessarily benefit
It doesn't
them.
benefit them,
Yeah.
and ultimately, people really appreciate that when you give them that advice.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, most people don't take the advice; they still do want to do it anyways.
Mm.
But the point is, you don't want, so you want to have one, invest in yourself, the reading, the knowledge. Two, home ownership, your primary home, and investment accounts. And then you now next go to the next level. Maybe you have emergency funds.
Right.
Right. You have about 3 to 6 months of money in emergency funds,
Right.
and then you want to probably go into, maybe now start having dollar cost average in the stock market.
Right.
Right. So I believe in index funds. There's VOO, which is kind of invest in the entire U.S. market. VTI,
VOO. Okay.
those things. Just kind of so you have half of your stocks investment in that, other half in 2 or 3 or 4 companies that you really like. You think they're growing, and just kind of let it ride. Again, you don't want to buy and sell often.
Just stay consistent, consistent investments over time.
Correct. So most people, the average hold time of people that buy stocks is 5 months. So people buy stocks, they sell in 5 months.
And then they give it up within 5 months, yeah.
Right. Most people consider Warren Buffett the best investor of all time. He's got companies that he bought like in the 80s, and it still has them. Like what, 40-something years? Right? So part of my goal is to see how long can I hold my stock for? 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. He doesn't see them compound.
And then you're still earning income. So it's not like you're dependent on those investment funds for living.
Correct. Yeah. Correct. Right. So I think just having that, that mindset of, okay, so then you go into stocks, then start worrying about, rental, real estate, commercial, residential, those kind of things. And one that I also want to charge people to do the next year is to try to reduce their debt load. I think America is crushing on debt. The country itself.
Oh yeah.
Is crushing on debt.
Yeah, it's just a perpetuation of what's happening with the whole country, and then each individual consumer has their own load.
Correct. Yes. And it's been proven that the more debt you have, you're more unhappy. You have less happiness because you have this thing over you. You go to work, you make money, and then it goes away.
Yeah.
And I want people to actually take time to calculate how much they're paying in interest every month. Take time to just say, how much am I paying in interest every month? It might be sickening to some people. Like, I have some people that come in here paying 20 grand a month in interest. Wow. Only in interest. Like someone's getting into me. I want to be getting 20 grand a month in interest.
Yeah, honestly. Instead of giving it to the bank.
To the bank, So I don't know if that's been,
Yes, this has been very helpful. Thank you. Is there anything else that you want to share before we get going?
I just want to say thank you guys for listening to me. Obviously, my Instagram handle, I'm actually to share my Instagram handle is Victor Lofinmakin, at Victor Lofinmakin. And if I can help out in any way, you can always reach out to Ashley. She'll put a tagline in here, but I'm so glad just to be able to share my knowledge.
Yes, thank you so much, Victor. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to hashtags, and I will see you next time. Now, if you like what you heard here today, let's go ahead and make this relationship official. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next week.